Okay. Wait for that to go live. Wait for that to go live. Wait for it to go live, 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 live. Wait for it to go live. Wait for it to go live. Wait for it to go live. Okay, I think it's live. Hell yeah. Alrighty. There we go. Members only in the chat. If you're a member, you can talk in this chat. But if you're not, you won't be able to. We back, we back, we back. Yeah, we back. We are back for another 45 minutes to an hour of this. And then we'll go inside and do some Ark. And maybe take some call-ins. But at the very least, we'll have some interesting conversations. Maybe you guys will just get to see me be frustrated at game, but we'll see. Dude, one of the things about Ark that kind of sucks is that its gameplay, like, is so complicated if you're doing it through a controller that I will, if I don't play for a few days, I will kind of, like, have to teach myself again how all the different controls work. Not good. One of the things I need really badly to do when I do boot up the game, if I've got everything still working fine and I can do it, I really need to basically start replacing my base with stone until I can upgrade to a full metal base in the place where I actually want it to be. You stayed up hella late yesterday? I sure did, yeah. Dude, DP lasted for 7 hours, bro. 7 hours. It was insane. And I did really good on that show. I'm really proud of it. I think I did really good anyway. I guess I would need to ask Ben to be sure, but I think I made a really good arguments against the existence of fucking Bigfoot, and I think I roasted Brett Keane a few pretty good times. I also got super wasted, super drunk. You guys got to see drunk Phoebe last night. And, yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to have to pull another all-nighter tonight and just maybe try and stay up tomorrow. I'm not getting drunk tonight, so that'll play in my favor. You know, plenty of tobacco and plenty of cannabis, so maybe I can just get through it and stay up until not that late. We'll see how it goes, though. Especially if I get, like, invested in the game and really want to, you know? Okay, so, to continue up the conversation we were having about geopolitics earlier and whether America could actually be taken over or, like, could successfully defend, basically, against an attack if all the world's countries decided to unite against us, Joey just sent me a big thing. So, geography determines destiny. American geography is right away, so this is from Joey. He is a veteran, and somebody who's actually, like, had to do some of this wargaming in his past and everything. So I take his word a little bit more seriously than I do the average chatter. So I'm going to read this off. Joey says, geography determines destiny. American geography is right away a big determining factor favoring USA for defense due to our massive oceans. Well, it's not exactly our massive oceans. It's not like we own the fucking oceans. You know, like other countries do have boats, and it's not, maybe they don't have navies and shit, and I get the carrier strike groups are the fucking powerful thing, but I object to the idea of it being called our oceans. But okay. Because they got the same oceans, right? Any invasion from the sea is a fantasy realistically unless you get, at minimum, Russia, China, India, Japan, UK, France, and possibly Germany to all team up. Well, so this is actually looking like it's more plausible than you were giving it credit for, because one of the things I was suggesting was that Russia might either sit out completely or join on the side of invading America. And we had already included China, UK, France, and Germany. The only ones that we didn't really talk about were India and Japan. But India and Japan, I feel like I don't know, India would probably sit it out, I feel like. Japan would probably be on our side. But I don't know how effective Japan could be at actually, like, adding much to the, like, I don't know how much damage control they could do for the U.S. in the Pacific Ocean. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me more about that. But then he says, why blue water capabilities? China has 2 to 3 carriers, which 2 only do helicopters, really. In order to survive, to be ocean, and God forbid take on a carrier group, you need airborne assets, or said country's naval assets will identify as coral reefs in short order. Russia doesn't have any, so heavy lifting is for India's 2 and our allies who would have to betray us. But then you consider subs, which is then made into a much more complicated game that I'm not trying to type out, but juice isn't worth the squeeze for anyone. Yeah, no, for sure. So naval invasion will work in real life, but let's pretend we don't have a navy for a day. They still need a supply. Ground invasion more realistic. They need to have assumed Canada or South American friends to help. That's a long-ass supply chain, easy to dismantle, but we're in make-believe land of the whole world coming against us. Now we can talk. Ignoring we'd already disposed of our own government for getting us in this mess. We're now dealing with American ground assets who have way less of a problem maintaining supplies and especially manpower to fight. It'd take time, but yes, we'd eventually lose the human way of self-destruction under the waves of pressure. So the dumbass in comments is right for conventional warfare, is wrong about the whole world. Okay, cool, Joey. This is why I like Joey, because he's always got such an intelligent and fucking nuanced opinion. Yeah, I think I agree with you. There's maybe a few points where I'm like, I don't know, I think we'd have to fucking let it play out and see how it would turn out, but I think I agree with you generally. I know that our Navy is super fucking powerful and that in a direct confrontation with any one country, we definitely fucking come out on top if it's Navy against Navy. And even a coalition of country, we are probably going to come out on top. But, like, there's maybe things I wonder, like, I don't know for sure that everything that you said is 100% something I would be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like, I don't know, it seems to me like if you had India and China working together, and they were really hard trying to fight against our carrier groups in the Pacific, it seems to me like they might be able to provide enough of an opening to maybe allow for some destruction on the West Coast, but I don't know. I don't feel that fucking, like, convicted about it to make it much of an argument point, and I feel like ultimately the thing we dismantled was dismantled, which is the idea that that America could fend off the entire world if it decided to turn against us, which is just patently absurd. But I guess my idea that it wouldn't take that many countries is also wrong. So fair enough. Mea culpa. By the way, join the membership if you'd like to chat in here. Anybody can chat. You just have to join the membership. It's very cheap. Blue Water Navy, it's what's critical. Oh, yeah, for sure. But, like, several of those countries have blue water navies. They just don't have, like, a lot of the... They just don't have much of one, But it's not, like, I said, a lot of those countries mentioned. A lot of countries in the world don't have any navy at all. Blue water, riverine, or otherwise. I think I mentioned earlier that Red Dawn was about Central and South America invading. We already whinge about immigration from those places. Imagine if there was dedicated intent behind it. Yeah, no. We all love Joey around here. Yeah, for sure. I think it would, like, kind of break America. I think it would end up causing some kind of civil war, some kind of internal thing. And I think that would probably be more likely to break us and make us, like, that would be more likely to be the direction that things go, rather than, like, one of these countries actually getting much of a military victory insofar as, like, being able to take over the country or anything like that. I don't think they'd be able to do anything even like that, but I think they would be able to maybe incite some pretty heavy internal divisions that might lead to some shit with enough of a coalition. Well, once again, that's assuming some of our allies betray us, and some of our people that we're not allied with, but that we do trade with, turn on us completely, You don't beat America's military as it currently stands, you break its people or economy. So actually, yeah, you just fucking clarified something in my head. What would be way more likely in a situation like this, I think, would be for someone to, like, for these countries to decide to, oh, thank you for joining the membership. I appreciate that. I think it would be You're Braver Than Me, Girl. Glass pipes give me anxiety. Why? I think these countries would get together though, and they would like just starve America out, basically. Like, all right, well, America's not doing what we want them to do, and we can't invade militarily, and we can't really challenge them in that way, and they can't invade all of us, so we're just going to cut them out from trade. The same way America and a lot of other countries have been doing to Russia or have done to China in different parts of history and shit like that. Maybe, like, they would implement that fucking tactic against us and try to, like, isolate us from the world. Like, okay, you want to be a little isolationist bitch? Go ahead. I think that would be, given what we've talked about tonight, the more likely scenario if one of these countries actually wanted to, like, get together with the other countries and really cause some harm and some social tension to erupt. Yeah, for sure. The love in the chat is always nice. I love to see it. Katie, you gotta go. I'm trying to smoke. Hello, Buzz. I agree, but if someone, our leadership, got us to that point, half our country would be seeking their head. Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking too. If we got to that point, like the point where we were all getting invaded by a bunch of different countries and shit, I think that at that point there would be some kind of internal conflict that would lead to a change in governance. But even if that didn't happen, I think the more likely scenario for creating some kind of instability that might lead to a coup or some kind of overturning like that, I think it would be more likely to see it happen from a coalition of these countries getting together and like economically isolating America, financially isolating America, stopping like to do business with American billionaires, stopping to do business with American corporations to the best of their ability. And there's a lot of that shit that they could do, because like America doesn't have that many things that like is only made here. I don't know if we have anything that's only made here. I can't think of a goddamn thing that's made in America and only America. But there are some technologies I can think of that are pretty much made in Southeast Asia and nowhere else. Guns and Zippos? Yeah, well, I guess, there's that. No, I mean, even that, dude, China makes a whole fucking all kinds of guns. China makes guns, Russia makes guns, Germany makes guns, France makes guns, UK makes guns. The UK might not allow you to fucking own and fucking possess a fucking firearm and carry it around, but they damn sure have firearm manufacturers. All kinds of countries make guns. Like, most countries that have any kind of defense, as far as I know, most of them try and produce as much of that shit as they can in-house. I think at this point, the amount of nuclear warheads determines the power of a nation. I don't know. I really don't know, because it seems to me like there's only 1 or 2 countries that are actually willing to use nukes. Maybe 3. And I don't think that it seems altogether likely that a scenario happens in which any of them actually use them. I feel like, I don't know. Nuclear proliferation is a bad thing. We should oppose it, and we should agree as human beings to start destroying nukes and fucking dismantling them and decommissioning them, etc. But on the other hand, as long as they are around, there's always kind of going to be like that thought in the back of any country that has them. Like, if we really need to, like we talk about Israel and the Samson option a lot, right? How Israel's not even supposed to have nukes, but they constantly talk about how if they are challenged sufficiently, they will use nukes to challenge their opponents, or like end the world basically, or try to initiate nuclear winter. Every country kind of has that plan. And it's one of the reasons why nuclear proliferation was opposed in the wake of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. France is actually our greatest ally historically and probably now. I guess it's arguable, but yeah. I think it's funny. We actually have like more like of a stronger kinship. I would argue that America actually has a stronger kinship with French culture than we do with British culture in a lot of ways. And we've certainly got a stronger like alliance in history. Like everybody talks about like the special relationship between the UK and America, but nobody really talks about the special relationship between France and America. We help each other out in our wars. We help each other out in our colonial projects. We send each other nice things from time to time. We borrow things from each other's cultures. Yeah, they helped the U.S. during the Revolution despite the British, yes. Literally, unironically, yeah. Yes, yeah, literally, a lot of people don't realize this either. The Revolutionary War was just as much a like domestic rebellion of the upper class against the like foreign upper class who were extracting taxes out of them. It was just as much that as it was a proxy war between Britain and France. And a lot of people don't even realize that aspect is part of it. Because people will act like proxy war is a modern phenomenon, something that was invented during the Cold War. Nope. Old-timey concept. Very old concept. Yeah, it's crazy that it would take about 100 nukes to destroy human life, and there's about 14,000 present. Still not enough to destroy the world, but enough to be the next extinction event. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, we would destroy... We would like, fundamentally destroy civilization before we launched all the fucking nukes we have. That's the crazy thing. Even with all the dead man switches and shit like that, we would destroy civilization and make it fundamentally untenable for these systems to even work to launch the fuckers within, like you said, like 100 nukes. Not even that many. I don't even know if it would take 100 nukes to make it to the point where we just couldn't launch any more of them, basically. And where, even if we could, we're just, like, adding to what is ultimately, like, humanity-destroying behavior. And the sad thing is, it wouldn't be humanity-destroying. What it would be civilization-destroying. And civilization is the thing you're really worried about. None of the, like, very few extinction events, I'll say, destroy every species, all at once. Very, very, very few extinction events destroy every individual all at once, and very, very few of them, none that I know of, destroy every involved species at the same time. So, like, you know, like the KT extinction, I think is the one, or is it the PG extinction? Whichever the one that took out the dinosaurs is. A lot of people think, oh, like, it's just a big meteor and all the dinosaurs are dead instantly, like that. No. They did not get, like, it was not like it wiped out every living thing on the planet and then some things re-evolved. No. It left a bunch of different populations of different things and wiped out most of the terrestrial dinosaurs through a combination of different factors, most of them related to changes in the climate, and left the one lineage of dinosaurs, well, the two lineages of Archosaurs, basically, left the two living lineages of Archosaurs, birds and crocodilians, because they were like those little theropods that would eventually become the birds, or that I think were already birds. I forget how the fucking timeline goes. I'm not a biological expert. But they fucking survived. They were able to get through it. And not all of them, but many of them were able to get through it. But even the dinosaurs that did eventually go extinct because of that shit, there was like a period of time where their populations survived in dwindling numbers. And some of them probably thought they were doing okay until the climate changes finally started to, make even their environment too difficult to compete in. King Bugs, thank you for the $10. I appreciate that a ton. No rush, but I'd love some more music. Oh yes, for sure, definitely. We will definitely play some more music. Take a couple more hits in my bowl. What is the connection between the occult and LGBTQ+? Love the guitar and bless you. Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. Appreciate the $10 as well. I don't know that there is really a connection. There are some people that have made a connection, I think mostly for reasons of their own personal comfort, but I don't personally think that there's any real connection. Queer people have existed for way longer than any kind of modern or even primitive understanding of the occult. I mean, there are queer behaviors that are exhibited in lots of different animals, so that makes me think that our primitive human ancestors were probably practicing queer behaviors, perhaps before they ever exhibited anything that could be termed like a complex occultic belief system. I mean, we've always engaged in limited degrees of naturalism and stuff like that, and animism was one of the most early religions. We theorize it may have been the first conceptualized religion. The only remainder of humanity in millions of years will be a thin layer of petrified plastic in the geological record. Yeah, millions of years for sure. Maybe, probably. But I think there's a possibility. We have millions of years left on this planet before the climate becomes too untenable for us to live, and even if the climate does become pretty untenable in the preceding millions of years, if we could manage to keep ourselves preserved, if we could figure out a way through things like nuclear proliferation and the utter breakdown of the social contract and the social fabric and shit like that, if we could figure out how to live better on this planet, then I think we could survive millions of years. Especially because we would figure out better and better ways to control the climate or to live in accordance with the climate. Maybe we'll go the arc route and we'll just start building big biodomes. Go to places that are basically habitable but need a little bit of control on them, and you build a big biodome over it. We have 70 years before the climate is untenable. Untenable how? Untenable in what way? Survival on Earth beyond a few more thousands of years is highly unlikely. See, humanity has a death urge. It does, it really does. We all think we're right around the corner to extinction. The fact that we are aware of our own deaths, I think, causes us to make this mistaken correlation in our heads that must mean the whole species is close to its death. Train. Let it die? No, Jess. Life is beautiful and I enjoy living. I hope I survive long enough to see humanity die off. That's a self-contradictory statement, though. Because if humanity died off, you would die off along with it, so you wouldn't see it die off. Hey, Bree, what's up? It's so late where you are? Yes, and we're not even close to being done streaming. We've still got 30 minutes more of this stream, and then we're going to go in and do 2 hours worth of ARC gameplay and continued arguments with the chat and stuff like that. We're going to play some music here in a few minutes. We've got a lit night. Dude, Bree, did you see? I was on Drunken Peasants yesterday. All species eventually die? Exactly. On a long enough time scale, we all fucking hit the dirt nap. So that's what, once again, it reminds me of that Christopher Hitchens quote. With what contempt, then, must we regard those who wish to speed up the process? I did see, actually, it was in my Recami. Nice. Well, I gotta tell ya, I think I did good. I don't know what you think. I think I did really good. I liked my appearance. It's actually one of the few things I've been in that I can stand to rewatch. I loved the argument with Keith about Bigfoot. I still don't think he's serious about it. But you know what? Keith is very willing to keep up the kayfabe when a lot of other people would drop it. So props to him for being willing to keep it up that long. The idea is more of a final fuck you than it is logical. Well, I'm glad you realized that, Jess. This is why I hate so many religions. They are death cults that champion our downfall. Exactly. With what contempt, then, must we regard those who... Right? I didn't catch much. I'm neck deep in home renovation at the moment. I saw you guys watching Gale. We did watch some Gale. Specifically because of that Bigfoot argument, because Ben wanted to show me the video where Gale calls... Keith a retard, which I thought was fucking hilarious, because I don't know, I liked Keith and I feel like he was making, he was fine and making good jokes and everything, and it was clear we agreed on most things, but then he started talking about this Bigfoot shit and I was like, what? And the more we talked, the less sense it made, and eventually I just told him, I was like, listen, Keith, I love you, you're fun to hang out with, but in this specific respect, you are an unscientific moron, and you are not educated on the facts, and I'm not sure that you're willing to be, so... It was fun, though, and I think Keith had fun. He seemed to really enjoy it, and, we all had a good time. The episode went for 7 fucking hours, so we must have done something right. We maintained pretty good viewership numbers throughout. And it's got higher views than some of the recent streams on the DP channel, which makes me think, okay, maybe, I seen Bigfoot, dude. Wait, no, Bree. Are you saying you seen Bigfoot, or are you saying you saw the Bigfoot chunk? My brother is a Bigfoot hunter. Dude, King Bugs, tell me all about that. That's fucking nuts. Has he ever found a Bigfoot? I seen him. You did not see no Bigfoot. You saw something like a big animal, like a grizzly bear walking through the woods, or some big old hairy man, or fucking a homeless guy, or fucking you thought you saw something, or you were tripping on shrooms or something. There is a logical explanation that does not involve Gigantopithecus still walking around and drawing breath. He believes it for real? Holy shit, dude. I know there are people like that out there, and I get the impression from Keith that he's not, but maybe he really is. Maybe he really is. Humans are inherently evil. There's this theory of alien life. It's called silent versus the conquerors. The silent stay alive because they are not loud. The conquerors take over loud planets. Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yes, Jess. Yeah, I've heard that theory. I thought it was called the Dark Jungle Theory. I don't know, maybe I'm confusing with something else. But basically the idea is that if alien civilizations are real, if alien civilizations with advanced technology that can, in theory, visit other planets are real, then maybe the reason we don't hear anything from them is because one of the lessons that they... But, you know what? It doesn't make any sense either. Because, in order for... See, it doesn't make any sense, because in order for your society to even know that there was an alien civilization out there with such a policy, in order to even know that, right, you would have to have advanced space exploration equipment and shit like that, And you would also have to have gone through all the technological steps to develop telephony and all that other shit that is required to get you to that point, like technologically. And all of that is going to send off signals that some advanced civilization that would be compatible with the theory would be able to pick up and use to identify a hypothetical civilization. And if that indeed is the case, then why haven't they came here yet? And if they're heading here right now, then what can we do to stop them? And if there's nothing we can do to stop them, then why even bother thinking about it, right? That's how I see it. But if you're saying that we are the species that would be doing that, I don't think so. I don't agree with you, Jess, that humans are inherently evil. What you're saying is that you're inherently evil. You are a human being, Jess. I am a human being. You're saying that I'm inherently evil. You're saying that you're inherently evil. You're saying that Riley is inherently evil. Joey, everybody else. And that just seems unfair to me. It's not been my experience of humanity. Phoebe, you gotta break up your brilliant rants into 6-second quips. Do I? Probably wouldn't hurt. The thing that bothers me is that people think we are alone as we are surrounded by other intelligent and sentient species. Yeah, no, I agree with you, King Bugs. Yeah, I definitely don't think we're alone in the universe. Now, like what the science says on it is that if our solar system is anything to guess on, then it's probable that the only life that exists out there may well just be microbial life, maybe some primitive forms of multicellular life. But there is a possibility that there's like plenty of advanced life out there. The universe is massive. Massive. And we haven't scanned every fucking inch of it. And there's some of it we can't even really, like, we don't have the technology to look at yet. Some of it we don't have the technology to look at with enough detail to know really what's going on outside of, like, the general trends in the big picture. I don't consider myself peaceful. I fall in the true neutral with chaotic tendencies if we're looking at it through D&D logic. Well, that's fine, but I just disagree with your premise that human beings are intrinsically evil or anything like that. I think that some people are evil in the sense that they are very ill-equipped for living in society and have tendencies that make them quite antisocial and deleterious to their communities. And I think that most people are not that. Even some people who occasionally act in ways that are sometimes like that. Perhaps all the crazy alien shit is happening in the half of the universe that we can't observe. Yeah. Like, what if we're just in some backwoods part of the universe so it's hard to see the rest of what's going on? And it turns out that on the complete other side of the universe, there's other stuff that's happening. Man, I just realized something. The universe is a sphere. Because it's expanding out in all directions. It has to be a sphere. That's crazy. I don't know why that's crazy to me, but it's nuts. Are our fellow primates worthy of less, what's going on? Less consideration because they live on the same planet as we do? I don't know. I don't know exactly what you're getting at, King Bugs. Are our fellow primates less worthy of consideration? I don't think they are. If it turns out to be just more humans than Warhammer 40k, and I don't want to live in that universe, why would it just be other humans? That's the least fucking intriguing explanation that I hear. I will occasionally hear the idea people will postulate, like, human beings might have been seeded on this planet by some kind of advanced organism that brought itself, and maybe we're the aliens. But, like, it's an interesting theory, but there's no good evidence for it. If we are indeed an alien species, then why don't we have alien DNA? Literally. The easiest and most simple proof for that would be proving that we only have lineage with a certain amount of things, and then the rest of that lineage has DNA that's completely unlike everything else. I wonder what Earthlings are notable for in the Galactic textbook. One of humanity's earliest technical achievements was the invention of the firearm, a simple blueprint for weapons that would be used and expanded upon to create a whole host of implements designed to kill and maim other members of the species and members of other species for food and sport. Human beings eventually wiped out their own advanced civilization with the adoption and proliferation of nuclear weapons, which were banned in the Intergalactic Treaty of Universal Year 352. Weapons of such brutality have always been banned amongst our people. Humans do make the best fried chicken, this is true. Humans are perhaps most notable not for their achievements, but for their widespread adoption of a rare building material found only on Earth: wood. That's something I've heard, is that if our planet was to get sacked for anything, unironically, probably be wood. Like, if an alien civilization was to discover us and not be just completely genocidal and just want to kill everything on the planet and consume it in some kind of, like, disaster scenario, if it was more like we are, and, like, colonialist in nature, it would probably try to colonize the planet and start extracting wood from it, honestly. Because we had never, ever found any evidence that wood exists anywhere but our planet. We found evidence that could lead us to believe that maybe microbial life might have existed on certain exoplanets and stuff like that, but like, wood seems to be an Earth exclusive, and it wouldn't be that surprising if that's true. After all, evolution doesn't work the same way on every planet, nor does it work the same way. Like, okay, it does work the same way on every planet, but evolution doesn't cause the same outcomes, I guess is what I should say. Evolution, it doesn't cause the same outcomes, even given the same fucking influences. Stephen Jay Gould once pointed out that if you could set the soup rolling again, or bring back all those species and see what happened, and put yourself in a time machine and look through that whole process, there's no guarantee that human beings come out of that matrix looking at the Permian. He was talking about the Permian extinction. Or no, not the Permian extinction, but the Permian explosion. And he was talking about how if you could set the original creatures back to life and see what they would create over the millions of years, or you could turn back the clock and let things play again. There's no guarantee that human beings or any of the animals that we know today come out of the replay. Because there is such a high element of randomness to how things turn out. And part of the reason why we know this is because we can examine the history of evolution through Earth's history, and we can see, like, life started basically 2 or 3 times before it really took hold. And then, even after life took hold, it went through a couple of massive extinctions before it ever proliferated to the point where there were even land plants. And then, even after that, there were like a number of fucking big upsets and changes before you started getting like the first terrestrial creatures. Alrighty, I gotta use the bathroom, and then when I get back, we'll play some more music. Okay. Oh, you want to think about how fucking freaky and weird evolution is? Consider this. Insects evolved from a crab-like ancestor. Crab people, Since we were actively walking into 1984, so someone decided that was a plan, not something to avoid. I know, right? Isn't that great? People stopped reading, so we forgot all the lessons of our literature, all the many years of human knowledge compiled into the many books that have been written since the invention of the printing press. And, well, use it or lose it, they say. Shakedown 1979. Cool kids never had the time. Live wire right up off the street. You and I should meet. Skipping like a stone. Headlights pointed at the dawn. We were sure we'd never see an end to it all. And we don't even care to shake things at the blue. Set aside bacon and the board. We weren't sure just what we were fighting for. Morphine City slipping dues. Now to see that we don't even care. As restless as we are, and we found love in the land of 1,000 guilts and poison men. The men that had assured to the dust and town below. Faster than the speed of sound. Faster than we thought we'd go. Beneath the shroud of hope. Justine never knew the rules. She hung out with us freaks and ghouls. No apology ever need be made. I know you better than you fake. Hate to see that we don't even Hell yeah. What's up, Ignar? Did you see me on DP yesterday? I hope you did. What do I know, though? I pretend to be a shark on the internet for funsies. Yeah, that's valid. Alrighty. Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. I've got some real estate here in my bag, so we bought a pack of cigarettes and Mrs. Wagner's pies and walked off to the border. I said as we boarded the Greyhound of Gettysburg, Michigan seems like a dream to me now. It took me 4 days to hitchhike from Saginaw. I come to look for America, laughing on the bus, playing games with the faces. She said the man in the gabardine suit was a spy. I said, be careful, his bow tie just might be a camera. Toss me a cigarette, I think there's one in my trench coat. We smoked the last one an hour ago, so we stared at the scenery. She read her magazine, and the moon rose over an open field. I'm lost, I said, oh, I knew she was sleeping. I'm empty and aching and I don't know why. Counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike, and they've all gone to look for America. How did you do that? I'm literally listening to that song right now. Magic. Magic, I don't know. Alrighty. Darkness at the break of noon, shadows, even the silver spoon, the handmade blade, the child's balloon, eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand, you know too soon, there is no sense in trying. Pointed threats, they bluff with scorn. Suicide remarks are torn from the fool's gold mouthpiece. The hollow horn plays wasted words, proves to warn that he, not being busy born, is busy dying. Temptation's play flies out the door. You follow, find yourself an oar. Watch waters fall, a pity roar. You feel the moan, but unlike before, you discover that you just be one more person crying. So don't fear if you hear a foreign sound to your ear. It's alright, Mom, I'm only sighing. As some won victory, some downfall. Private reasons, great or small, can be seen in the eyes of those that call the nature all that should be killed and crawl. While others say don't hate nothing at all except hatred. Disillusion words like bullets spark as human gods aim for their mark. Make everything from toy guns that spark your fresh colored Christ that glow in the dark. It's easy to see without looking too far that not really much is sacred. Gotta scroll down. Well, preachers preach of evil fates. Teachers teach that knowledge waits can lead to $100 plates. Goodness hides behind its gates, but even the president of the United States sometimes must have to stand naked. And though the rules of the road have been lodged, it's on these people games that you got to dodge. And it's alright, Mom, I can make it. Advertising signs, they con you. Advertising signs. Wait, what? Okay. Advertising signs, they con you into thinking you're the one that can do what's never been done, that can win what's never been won. Meanwhile, life outside goes on all around you. You lose yourself, you reappear, you suddenly find you got nothing to fear. Alone you stand with nobody near, when a trembling distant voice unclear startles your sleeping ears to hear that somebody thinks they really found you. A question in your nerves slit, yet you know there is no answer fit to satisfy, ensure you're not to quit, to keep it in your mind and not forget that it is not he or she or them or it that you belong to. Make the rules for the wise men and the fools. I got nothing more to live up to. For them that must obey authority that they do not respect in any degree, who despise their jobs, their destinies, speak jealously of them that are free, cultivate their flowers to be nothing more than something they invest in. While some on principles baptized to strict party platform ties, social clubs in drag disguise, outsiders they can freely criticize, tell nothing except who to idolize, and then say God bless him. While one who sings with his tongue on fire gargles in the rat race choir, been out of shape from society's pliers, cares not to come up any higher, but rather get you down in the hole that he's in. But I mean no harm nor no fault on anyone that lives in a vault. But it's alright, Ma, if I can't please him. Gotta scroll down again. Old agey judges watch people in pairs, limited in sex they dare to push fake morals, insult and stare, while money doesn't talk, it swears obscenity. Who really cares? Propaganda, all is phony. While them that defend what they cannot see, where the killer's pride, security, it blows the minds most bitterly. For them that thinks dishonesty won't fall upon them naturally, life sometimes must get lonely. My eyes collide head on with stuff, graveyards, false gods I scuff, up pettiness which plays so rough, walk upside down inside handcuffs, take my legs to crash it off, say okay I've had enough, what else can you show me? And if my thought dreams could be seen, they'd probably put my head in a guillotine. But it's alright, Ma, it's life and life only. I was a musician until my muscular dystrophy took that. Aw, that's sad. I'm sorry, dude. I hope you found something to replace that time with, that passion. But I'm still able to sing. I definitely haven't lost my appreciation for music. I'm glad you're still able to sing. That's good. Thank you, King Bugs, for the $10. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a ton. Holy shit, I can play that song. Neat. I hope I'm in your dreams the way you are in all of mine. You got a love so fine. I wish that I could make you mine. Won't you sit down, won't you sit down? No, I love you. I know it's hard to throw into this life, but one day we must die. And a river will flow on and on, even after we're all long gone. Even the river will flow on. Won't you take me with you before I'm gone? I've always been afraid of trying to do that song because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do it justice, but you know, I felt like I did okay. Boom, 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 doom, doom, doom. Thank you for the $10, King Bugs, by the way. Doom, 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 doom. What's this random Gregory Alan Iskoff song? Ooh, let's see. Do we have any good ones on here? All inside. Oh, that's a song I haven't played in forever. Like, that's a song I haven't played in forever. Traveling through the graveyard, a suitcase full of sparks. Honey, I'm just trying to find my way to you. Lit up every campfire, found out in the dark. Well, I cut down all the cottonwoods. Picked up all the arrowheads, top buffalo trails of the Indians. That Oklahoma sky was guiding through. All along the tracks with the runaway, he just talks and talks and talks. Honey, I'm just trying to find my way to you. I quit counting stars that night in the cold by the satellite field. And I quit spamming cold, digging holes. Yeah, I just find my way to you. Across the contract train catalog, opened up my guitar case and all the songs were blue. Counted all the alleys, but I drifted down the valleys. Honey, I'm just trying to find my way to you. And I quit casting hooks off the California coast we held so dear. I quit flashing smiles, running wild. Yeah, I'm just trying to find my way to you. Threw my bottle to the ocean, she never wrote me back. All the countless days along the sea of blue. Learned the language of the mockingbird, she took and twisted all my words. Honey, I'm just trying to find my way to you. And I'll meet you on the graveyard with the winter trees and stars. Oh, we could open up that suitcase full of sparks. Anyway, what? I can only give like once, that's the rules. I can only give like once, that's the rules. I can only give like once, that's the rules. I can only give like once, that's the rules. Huh? Am I stupid? Am I misreading this? I can only give like once, that's the rules. Right on. I don't know that I fully understand, but right on. I can only like the stream once. Oh. Now I get you. Oh. I feel weirdly better after those 2 burps. I think I can breathe again. Nice. Maybe I was bloated. Bloated like a corpse. Maybe I'm in hell. Maybe I am dead. Am I alone in the chat? I'm still here, kind of. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'm glad we're not alone. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Fuck, why is it so hard for me to do? I like how chill these streams get later on. Aw, king bugs. Aw. You guys are so sweet. I have fostered something special here, that's for sure. And thanks to you guys' pretty consistent donations and the time you spend watching, I'm able to do what has been pretty much the coolest job I've ever had. And I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate that. It really is awesome. I guess I'm going to have to get off here soon. And, shit. I'm supposed to do 2 hours of ARC streaming, but it is rather late, and we've already gone longer than I wanted to go, so I don't know how much I want to like subject you guys to multiple hours of that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want me to go ahead and do it, or do it like tomorrow afternoon? Wake up, you know, and woke up, get myself, you know, ready for the stream, and do a couple hours after I wake up. That is the two options. I'll be honest, I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna go to sleep soon. I think I might just save it for tomorrow then. Because I'm pretty fucking tired. And I feel like, well, fuck, dude. I feel like I should fucking stay up and just do it. But I don't know. I'm so fucking... I don't know. Okay, so it'll either happen in a few minutes or tomorrow afternoon. Isn't that great? I don't know. I don't want to leave you guys with that. But on the other hand... like, I am getting remarkably tired, and part of me feels like, well, you know, you slept in today, but, like, what if you go to sleep right now, or go to bed pretty soon? You'll be going to sleep a lot sooner than you did yesterday, and maybe you'll be able to wake up a lot sooner, and maybe you can get your sleep track on back the right way, without so much, you know, damage to other shit. I don't know. They'll come high and they'll come low. They'll come everywhere we go. But when those sinners find us, we won't hide. And they'll come fast. We shoot first and we can last. Keep your rifle by your side. I was up with you till like 8 yesterday morning, so you must be remotely as tired as I am. Yes, I am. Hey, what's up, Nambot? Thank you. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. But yeah, I am pretty tired, because like I stayed up crazy late yesterday. And I finally, I think, went to bed. I think it was like 8 my time, 8:30, 9, something like that. And I woke up and actually like got moving around like 5. I probably woke up around like 3. But I actually got like moving around and doing stuff around 5. But I'm already fucking tired again because, I don't know, yesterday I tried to bring the heat. Well, not yesterday, I guess. I guess it was the day before yesterday now. I keep telling everybody it was yesterday, but it's like literally morning time now, so. Doing well. Just finished Getting ready to drive in circles for 8 hours. Hell yeah. I think that's one of the best jobs at a facility, though, honestly, in Anbot. Or, sorry, I just remembered. Bus driver. Never mind. My bad. I was getting you confused with somebody else. What do you do to keep your mind occupied, Nanbot? I know you gotta go soon, but what do you do to keep your mind occupied? That's what I always wonder. Only because it's union. It'd be shit otherwise. Yep. Unions protect workers and ensure that they get paid what they deserve. Like, that's the whole point. And people who oppose them are very dumb. Very dumb, very misinformed. Very dumb, very misinformed. You know, I'm sitting here wondering what I'm going to eat when I go inside. Because I definitely want to get me something to munch on. There's some stuff I can microwave. Whether or not Crazy Dave in the back hits hitting his vape and blowing into the HVAC intake. Honestly, your mind is occupied with not getting sideswiped by college kids and Teslas. Oh, damn. I guess I should envision a lot more chaotic environment than I'm envisioning. It's one of the reasons why I genuinely I haven't talked about it in a while, but I genuinely think cars should be banned from cities. Like, just fucking, like, in general, like, just regular fucking cars should be banned from cities. If we're gonna have these delivery apps, then, like, those things need to be licensed and shit, and, like, whatever. It just needs to be, like, the basic minimum to keep a city functional of cars. And all other vehicles. Like, if you want to go into the city, it should be understood, like, okay, are you, like, a regular person? Okay, do you live in the city and have, like, a parking space in the city? No? Then you can't take your car into the city. You've got to leave it at a parking ride, and you fucking got to take the train or the bus. Sorry. Because, like, everybody thinking, like, their personal little right to drive and treat the road like their own little fiefdom is getting old. Takes more focus than you might imagine, but it is at least non-strenuous work and pays well. Yeah, no, for sure. And I typically have a few minutes for nicotine every 30 minutes or so. Nice, nice. That does sound pretty dope. That does sound pretty awesome. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can fuck all the boys while you fuck other boys. Isn't that the lyrics to the song? YMCA. It's fun to be gay at YMCA. I just quit on nicotine recently. It's hard. Oh, well, yes, it is very fucking difficult. I have not managed to quit yet. I want to quit, but I have not quit. Kitty, if you don't understand this by now, it's kind of ridiculous that you don't. It's kind of fucking absurd. I cannot have you right next to me when I'm smoking. Don't be a dumb idiot. One of the village people died recently, I think. No, I didn't see that. That's fucking insane. That sucks. Did you see the World Cup team doing Trump's YMCA dance? No, I did not. I did hear that Trump tried to rig the fucking game, though. That one of the players on the U.S. team apparently got a red card, and fucking Trump personally called up the fucking president of FIFA to be like, withdraw that red card. We don't like that. That's not the way it's supposed to go. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Fun to stay at the YMCA. I saw them get demolished by Belgium. Hell yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go, guys. It has been a really long stream. It's been a really long night. I think I will probably do the ARC stream tomorrow because it's getting so late. And maybe if I get to sleep earlier, I can wake up earlier and my day will be better. But in the meantime, thank you guys. Thank you guys for donating. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I will see y'all later. Peace.